He was weak until he met his dark side. His whole life had been a slow crawl through the shadows of his own fears, a constant war between what he wanted to become and what he believed he could never be. For years, he walked with a bowed head, shoulders heavy, heart heavier, carrying the weight of doubts, planted by people who never believed in him, and strengthened by the voice in his own mind that told him he wasn't good enough, wasn't strong enough, wasn't meant for anything great. He lived as if the world had already written the ending of his story, and he was just quietly following the script. But what he didn't know, what he couldn't even imagine, was that inside him was a version of himself forged in the darkness, shaped by every pain, every disappointment, every silent night, where he cried for a future he didn't know how to reach. That version was waiting, watching, growing, and one day, when life finally pushed him into a corner so tight that escape was impossible, something inside him snapped. Not the kind of snap that breaks you, the kind that wakes you. In that suffocating moment, when the world felt too heavy and giving up felt easier than taking another breath, he felt something rise inside him, a fire he didn't recognize, a shadow he didn't understand. And then he saw it. Himself. His dark side. The part of him he had always ignored. The part that didn't fear pain, didn't fear failure, didn't care about opinions, didn't kneel to pressure. This version of him was not gentle, not quiet, not soft. It was fierce, ruthless, disciplined, and unstoppable. This dark side stared at him through the metaphorical mirror, eyes burning like someone who had been waiting for this exact moment to finally speak, and it whispered, "You are not weak. You're just avoiding who you truly are." That sentence hit him harder than any insult life had thrown at him, because deep down, he knew it was true. He had spent years running not from the world, but from himself. He feared hunger, challenge, responsibility, ambition, and every mountain that demanded strength he never believed he had. But now, face to face with the version of himself he buried, he felt something he hadn't felt in years. Possibility. His dark side wasn't evil. It was misunderstood. It wasn't chaos. It was suppressed power. It wasn't destruction. It was transformation. And when he finally reached out, metaphorically accepted this inner beast instead of fearing it, something in him changed forever. His dark side didn't push him toward violence or hatred. It pushed him toward discipline, toward growth, toward a purpose he had denied for too long. It became his source of resilience. Instead of running from challenges, he hunted them. Instead of hiding from fear, he weaponized it. Instead of crying over failure, he learned from it with a cold, calm determination. His training changed. He no longer trained when he felt like it. He trained because weakness disgusted him. He no longer waited for motivation. He built habits like armor. He woke up earlier, worked harder, studied deeper, moved sharper, doubted less, and acted more. While others slept, he was grinding. While others complained, he adapted. While others quit, he evolved. He started confronting every part of himself he once avoided, his flaws, his insecurities, his wounds, and instead of letting them break him, he used them as fuel. His dark side taught him that pain isn't an enemy, it's a mentor. Discipline isn't punishment, it's freedom. Loneliness isn't a curse, it's clarity. Failure isn't the end, it's a doorway. And slowly, transformation began. The weak boy who once hid from life began to disappear, replaced by someone unrecognizable. Someone stronger, sharper, colder, calmer, more focused than ever before. His body changed, but more importantly, his mind transformed into a fortress. His thoughts became weapons. His decisions became precise. His vision became unshakable. People around him noticed the shift but couldn't understand it. They thought his dark side meant he became cruel, but they didn't know the truth. He didn't become cruel. He became committed. He didn't become heartless. He became unbreakable. He didn't lose empathy. He lost excuses. And with every passing day, the fire inside him burned brighter. His dark side guided him, reminding him that he was capable of far more than the world expected, and far more than he once believed. It reminded him that greatness isn't born in comfort, it's born in chaos. Strength isn't found in sunlight. It's found in the darkest rooms of your mind, where no one is watching. Confidence isn't handed to you, it's built through thousands of silent battles people never see. His dark side taught him that to rise, he must first be willing to descend into the parts of himself he feared. And he did. He embraced the nights he once dreaded. He embraced the grind he once avoided. He embraced the solitude he once escaped. He embraced the hunger that once scared him. And slowly, the world began to feel different. Challenges didn't intimidate him anymore, they excited him. Pressure didn't crush him, it activated him. Fear didn't freeze him, it focused him. He became a warrior of his own life, a force that refused to kneel, a fire that refused to die. And as he walked forward, no longer the weak boy who trembled at the thought of challenge, but the man forged from. Facing every demon inside, he realized a truth most people never understand. Your dark side is not your enemy. It is the version of you that survives when everything else falls apart. It is the version of you that doesn't break. It is the version of you that grows in silence while the world watches you fail. And when he finally embraced that version, the world saw something they never expected. They saw a man who rose from nothing, powered not by luck, not by support, not by comfort, but by the strength he found in the darkest parts of himself. He stopped fearing who he could become, and became exactly that. And from that moment on, he was unstoppable. But his journey didn't stop there, because meeting his dark side was only the beginning of a transformation far greater than anything he imagined. After becoming unstoppable, he realized that true strength isn't proven in the moments when everything goes right. It's tested in the moments when life throws you into storms you never prepared for. And life did exactly that. The more he grew, the more challenges appeared. Almost as if the universe was trying to see just how far he could go, just how much pressure he could take before he cracked again. But this time, he wasn't the same fragile version of himself. He was the product of fire, forged by the parts of himself he once feared. So instead of retreating, he charged forward into every storm, facing everything head-on without hesitation. And with each battle, his dark side whispered louder, reminding him that this was how warriors were built, not through comfort, not through praise, but through relentless struggle. Every setback became a stepping stone. Every failure became information. Every loss became a lesson. He started looking at life differently. Where others saw problems, he saw opportunities. Where others saw suffering, he saw growth. Where others complained, he adapted. He had finally learned what most people never do. The pain you avoid is the pain that breaks you, but the pain you face is the pain that makes you. And because he understood this, he kept evolving into someone even he couldn't have predicted. His discipline became so sharp it felt like a weapon. His patience became so powerful it felt like armor. His focus became so intense that distractions couldn't touch him. He wasn't just working toward a goal anymore, he had become the kind of person who could build any future he wanted. But with his rise came a new truth. The world does not stay silent when someone begins to grow. People who once ignored him now watched him closely. Some admired him, some hated him, some feared him, some doubted him. But none of them could stop him. Because he had learned the most dangerous skill a human can ever learn, the ability to keep moving forward alone. His dark side taught him independence, and independence gave him power. He didn't need validation, he needed progress. He didn't need applause, he needed results. He didn't chase people, he chased purpose. And as he kept climbing, reaching levels he never dreamed of, something remarkable happened. His light side and dark side stopped fighting and started working together. He became balanced, calm yet fierce, patient yet driven, gentle yet unstoppable. He became the kind of man who could walk through chaos with steady eyes, who could enter storms without shaking, who could face destruction and still rebuild. And that balance made him invincible, because the world has no weapon stronger than a man who knows both his darkness and his potential. He understood himself completely, his strengths, his weaknesses, his fears, his fire, and that self-awareness turned him into a living force of nature. And as he walked further into his new chapter, he understood something even deeper. The dark side is not a place you visit once. It is a power you must continually face, refine, and control. The dark side is where ambition grows. The dark side is where resilience is born. The dark side is where you meet the version of yourself who refuses to quit. And he kept meeting that version, again and again, every time life tested him. And each time he walked out stronger than before. His story became a reminder to anyone who crossed his path. Strength doesn't come from the easy parts of life. It comes from the battles inside your own mind. And the day you stop fearing your dark side is the day you rise beyond who you thought you could ever become.